Hello, all you powerful beings of love and light. Welcome to your Pisces new moon reading. And this Pisces new moon is going to be at its fullest on March 2nd of 2022, around 12:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can calculate where that is in your time zone. And there is this wonderful beginning of this next cycle. You know, we have, of course, every 28 or 29 days, the new moon, full moon, always changing. The moon's always going every few days into a new sign. But there's this beautiful full moon, new moon cycle as well that happens around every 5 to 6 months. So the last full moon we had, which I'll show you this card here, was back on September 20th of last year. And you can see that it was talking about balancing spirituality and practicality. And that's the energy that we were having around that time. Taking practical steps towards our dreams and towards our goals. Trusting our intuition. And with like the full moon, when it's its fullest, immediately the light starts to leave the full moon, and that's the energy that was happening too, is there was these endings, or at least the beginning of endings, as the light began to leave the full moon. And so this whole 6-month period has been about that journey, and also a time of diving deep into our emotions, because Pisces, you know, they're the fish. They dive deep into that water, into that emotional waters that we are. So these last 6 months, there's been a lot of that energy going on, and we are ready for this new moon in Pisces to come around. Another beautiful card, and you can see here it says, attune to the divine. So the energy that's coming around this new moon in Pisces is about connecting to your higher self. And whereas before it was all these practical steps and making sure you're doing all the work, now we're going into this beautiful flow where it's asking us just to slip into that flow of life, flow along with our dreams, embrace what is going on. And when we do that, when we connect to our higher self and just go with that flow, then we want what is happening in our life. And what is happening in our life is what we want. We don't get so attached to the outcomes of the future or reflecting on all the mistakes and the should-haves of the past. We get to really embrace this moment, and in connecting and staying in tune with our higher self, it just allows us to be further on our way to feeling blissfully happy and in tune with our dreams. So I am going to have a separate card reading for each zodiac sign, and we're going to dig in more into this dream and this flow of life and what the Creator wants you to know and how you can use this Pisces new moon energy. So we're jumping into your reading right now. All right, all your Cancer signs, this is your Pisces new moon reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this High Vibe Oracle deck. See what the Creator wants you to know overall for this Pisces new moon energy for you. All right, so for our Cancer signs, what would you like them to know, please? Nope, none of those. Okay, there we go. And you have tantrum time. Yay! You have permission to have a tantrum. It says punch or yell into a pillow, stomp your feet, get on the floor and start kicking and screaming. Having a tantrum moves and releases your energy so that it's not stuck and weighing you down. Afterwards, you will feel lighter and ready to move forward. And that is beautiful for you, Cancer signs, because you are ruled by the moon. You have such a powerful emotional energy. You probably have been told, you know, from when you were young all the way up, even, you know, that you're so sensitive, and you've almost been taught to suppress your emotions because of other people's reactions. And this is about, it is this message for you to don't bury your emotions. You are allowed to have your emotions. Your emotions are there for a reason. They are flags for you that you can look at something inside of you, but suppressing them and dragging through them, is not healthy for you. It is important for you to express those. Now, don't do yourself any harm or anyone else any harm, but find these beautiful ways to express the emotions. And you don't have to do it in front of others if you don't want. You can make sure you go out and yell into a canyon and listen to it echo and feel that release. So I love that for you. We're also going to pull cards here from the Black Tarot. This represents your shadow. This represents your unconscious, your subconscious, the hidden world that's going on in your life. Consider it like a little tour guide, a buddy of ours that's walking along with us on this journey. Because whatever's, like we were talking about, even with emotions or anything in our life, if it's not conscious and we don't allow it to come into our consciousness, it is pushed down into our subconscious because it has to go somewhere. An emotion comes up. If you don't feel it, it goes into the subconscious. And so this is a truth sayer. This is the one that lets us know about those programs that are still running behind the scenes that are impacting us. We're just not aware of them. So it's very truthful, loving, for us information. So for our shadows, what would you like? All of those? Okay. Yeah. So they're like, yep, these 5. So we'll put these 5 here. And I'm just going to move this up over here, make room for these messages. So they evidently, which makes sense with what we were talking about in the beginning, there is some suppressed emotions that you were told, don't express those, keep those to yourself. And then this is the Sun and Moon Tarot. And these are what your angels and guides and the Creator and Spirit and all those other beings of unconditional love and light, what they would like you to know around this Pisces new moon energy. Okay, I want that one and that one. Nope, none of those. Okay. Okay, they do want that one. And that one. And that one. Okay. I do want 2 for the end there. So let's jump in here and do not be afraid. Yeah, because here's the Judgment card, and this isn't judgment for your actions or anything else. The Judgment card is all about this beautiful, it's card number 20. It's double endings, double new beginnings. It is this awareness that comes of your, usually they'll have like your human self down here, a little small thing, and then this huge, this is who you really are. And so it's awareness that comes, like we were talking about with the Pisces new moon, of you attuning to the divine, you connecting to the higher self, to that more powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that you truly are. You have your human side and your spiritual side. There's 2 of you that are living this human experience. And so this is this awareness that's coming because they're like, yes, you need to, your shadow wants to bring that awareness to you of this powerful being that's been suppressed for so long. And it's time for you to feel and understand the 2 of you. This card is telling me to mention that I have this free video series that came out this year called U Times 2, which I'll have linked at the end here, which is all about what I just talked about as well. And it's a wonderful way for you to realize the 2 of you and actually to allow you to come together and walk in this brilliant journey together. Yeah, okay, so you have the Strength card. So we will talk more about that because the Strength card is actually, like I call it, the poster child for that video series, because here's your higher self and here's your human self, and you both are part of yourself. Of course, the human self is a little tiny piece of who we are compared, that's the character that we're playing, and then the actor, the real us, is the more expansive one. In this one, they have it as a wolf. In the regular standard tarot, it's usually a lion, but whatever little creature it is, that represents our human side. And it comes down here and it's so hungry and it's so thirsty, and it's told, go out there. That's where you're going to find that which fills you up, your tummy, and quenches your thirst. And so we go out and we try relationships, whether it's romance or it's family or friends or coworkers, some sort of relationship. We go out there, try that. We go out and try circumstances like jobs and careers and education. That's supposed to fill us up too, or quench our thirst. And then we try, things that are related to our body, possessions, our bank accounts, and all those things we're told are supposed to make us feel whole and complete and take away that thirst. But when we eat of it, we get more hungry. We drink of it, we become even more thirsty, right? And so our wolf in this case becomes hangry. It's hungry, angry, and it starts howling at the moon and making noise. Well, our wolf side is not aware of our higher maiden, that higher self of ours yet. And so it just thinks it's on its own. That's why it's so desperate. But our higher self is aware of our little wolf, and so it makes itself known. It comes down, and it doesn't, kill the wolf to put it out of its misery, or cage it to protect other people from it, or try to control it or manipulate it with, some sort of whip and chair like they do tigers and lions in the circus, because it knows what the wolf is really hungry for is the unconditional love of the other side. That is what will make them feel whole and complete. And what's beautiful, of course, our higher self is made of that unconditional love, so it can give the wolf what it's really thirsting for, what it's really hungering for. So it hugs it and gives it all the love, and it transforms into this howling, angry, desperate wolf into this little, and they don't purr, but like a calm, full, unthirsty little wolf cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling whole and complete. And then our higher self doesn't tick off like, Superman goes and rescues someone and then off to other things. It's like, no, our higher self comes down, and now that our wolf is familiar with that and knows them, then they walk hand in hand or hand in paw the rest of their adventure. And so this awareness that is coming in. It's so much that Pisces new moon energy of connecting to your higher self and the divine. So that's just a little snippet of what that is about. And so I would really encourage you to look into that U times 2, because this is what they're wanting you to really look at. So let's see what else your shadow has to say. Yeah, 2 of Wands. So again, the U times 2, the 2 of Wands. Wands is about your drive, your ambition, your passion. It's your energy. It's your spiritual energy. And this is telling you that you have 2 places that energy comes from. One is the wolf, one is your higher self. And the one from the wolf, until it connects to the higher self, is of so much of fear and emptiness and aloneness. And so this is, again, they're just pointing you back to U times 2, realizing that there's the 2 of you. Yeah. Because the King of Wands, you have the 2 of Wands, the highest spiritual energy that you can experience is the King of Wands. That's your higher self. So again, connecting to your higher self. I wonder if that's what all these are going to be. It's like if because the Hanged Man, seeing things from your higher perspective, the movement of seeing things from that new perspective. And so again, seeing things from up above, not from down below. And then you have the Emperor. And the Emperor is a wonderful awareness that comes that there are 2 ways that the Emperor rules. So your life is ruled from 2 different places. Of course, the loving Emperor is the amazing one that everyone loves, because he doesn't have any selfish motives of control, because they want their kingdom to be happy and successful and wants everyone in the kingdom to experience that. And so he pours out the love, and all the rules or anything he creates are all about bringing people together and having everyone work well together and be successful and have the kingdom just be this glorious kingdom. Whereas when the little shadow side, our little child inside of us, when it gets scared, when it is that fear we talked about gets ignited, it feels out of control and it wants to gain control. And so it transforms from an emperor into a dictator instead, because it wants to maintain its own control, gain more control, and hey, even take other people's control. And so there's this awareness that's coming around here that we have this ability to choose from which place that we want to rule our lives from. And so it is reflective of the two sides of us too, right? And then you have the two of spheres. So again, it's all these twos, and the two of spheres is about bringing this balance of our lower self and higher self into our physical world, where this is the energies, understanding that there's these two energies that whatever we focus on, when we focus on the fear, that grows. When we focus on our higher self, love and unconditional love and light, that grows. This is about the balance of it all, bringing it into the physical world. So yeah, these twos are all about realizing the two of us that are living this existence. And you have the magician. The magician usually has, do they have the, I don't see it in here, they usually have the infinity symbol. I don't see it anywhere in there, but they have the infinity symbol, which represents our higher self, our infinite self. And the number one is this, the magician usually has like one hand toward the heaven, one toward the earth, and it's about bringing that unconditional love to the earth. And so this is about the ability to bring that unconditional love and the power of who we really are into the physical world. And so that makes sense why the magician is above the spheres, because the spheres is pentacles, and that is what represents the outside world. And then you have the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups are our emotions, which we talked about in the beginning. So I love how we're kind of wrapping it up about emotions and about the suppressing of them. But what I love about the Five of Cups, they usually have, like they have three cups upside down here. They usually in a standard tarot will show three cups spilt, and two cups are upright behind the person. And what it represents is, one, we did come here to experience those three cups being spilt. Those are the three cups of, like we talked about with the Strength card, where we look for our sustenance in relationships. We look for our sustenance and worth in circumstances like jobs and education. We look for our sustenance and quenching our thirst, in those things like our body and our possessions and our bank accounts. And those are the things that disappoint us and still leave us feeling empty after we drink them, and that's why they're spilt. But it's important, we come here to experience those, because in experiencing our shadow, experiencing the fears and the opposites of who we really are, we understand more fully who we really are. It's like you are always breathing air around you, but you don't realize you're breathing air until you are 6 feet underwater looking up at air going, that is air, because I am down here with unair, and there's no air for me to breathe down here. And so we understand more fully what air is, we're appreciative of it, and we want to swim back toward it because we want more air. And that is what this is about understanding that it's important for you to feel the emotions that you feel, but when you're ready, you have those Two of Cups standing behind you, which is those twos. Again, two places we can choose from emotions: our human emotional side rooted in fear, or our spiritual higher self, that emotion that is rooted in unconditional love instead. So perfect for your reading. And then you have the Ace of Wands. So this brings new passion, new energy, new awareness into your life because of that. I love this because with you being able to feel you can express your emotions, all that passion, all that other stuff, because when you suppress all your emotions, yeah, you don't feel a lot of the ugly feelings are not in your face, but you also It's like when you unplug your emotion, you know, generator from the wall, nothing's generated. You don't have happiness and joy and everything else either. So when you reconnect and allow yourself to healthily feel all your emotions, you get this new passion that's ignited too. Yeah, and you have the Four of Pentacles. Look, power. The Four of Pentacles is about stability of your worth, stability of who you really are into the outside world. Because fours are like a stable table. If you think of like with four huge legs on it, it's a very strong, stable table. And Pentacles really are about coins, about your outside worth. With all of this awareness and connecting to your higher self, having this strength come in, you really understand your true power of who you really are. So beautiful, beautiful. Like I said, at the end of the video, you'll have the U×2 playlist pop up, and if you feel it resonates, go check it out, because it is totally assist you in this journey that you're on. In addition to these videos, in that video, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, etc., new moon, full moon readings, and a variety of others. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those messages and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click that like button, and also click on that subscribe button, that will give you access to the notification bell. And when you click on there, you'll have an option like for all, and then you'll be notified of any videos that come out. Doing all of that also helps spread the love, because when you like a video or share a video or like or subscribe to someone's channel, that makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to share the videos with others as well. So if you feel so inclined to do any of that, I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings. If you want even more specific readings, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is in the description box below. Cancer signs, please know that as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing new moon, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And until then, you take care.